Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick diamond of the season candle from Bath & Body Works, part of the Bridgerton collab. As you guys know, this is the hero leading fragrance of the collection, so it has the body care with it as well, and it previewed recently, so that's why we were able to get a hold of it. It is indeed $32.95 for the candle because it has the black glass lid on it, but as you guys know, the candles do indeed go on sale, usually at a set price point, so that shouldn't even be too much of an issue. The notes on this are really sparkling peach, spring daffodil, and radiant jasmine. And as you guys know, I wasn't super enthused about this fragrance at all in my haul video, and that hasn't really changed, but I am glad to report that I can actually smell the candle. It was rather light on cold, and even the fine fragrance mist wasn't really a heavy fragrance, so I was kind of concerned about that, but I can totally smell this when it's burning, so at least we're good to go there. But the fragrance itself, it just kind of smells very like bathroom air freshener type of vibe to it. Think of like Glade, yeah, it just has that sort of like grocery store, almost like a Big Lots type of fragrance. Think of like the scented paper, the toilet paper rolls they used to have back in the day, kind of like that. Has sort of the paperiness of the toilet paper, or even like the air freshener, like little like paper sachets that has like potpourri or whatever in it. That type of like papery air freshener fragrance is in here that's coming from the floral. But then you also get that very obvious kind of like citrus, like bathroom cleaner component from the citrus note that's in here, and then sort of that like cheap, like peach fruit note that's a lot of times in those like sort of Glade air freshener type of fragrances. The Hawaiian Breeze fragrance kind of comes to mind from Glade, which I think has like a peach nectar and a floral note in it. So you can see kind of see the comparison here. But outside of that, so what does it smell like? You get a peach and citrus blend most predominantly. I would say the peach isn't anywhere near as like fuzzy or like even like plasticky as like Market Peach, Georgia Peach. It's not quite that peachy or even peach Bellini. There's quite a bit of a citrus in here, and the peach and the citrus really gives it almost like this sort of like champagne prosecco vibe or moment to it. And if you read the number of like sort of like press release articles they did when this collection first launched, it like actually in the quote calls out champagne as a note in this, even though it's not like listed in the marketing. But as you guys know, there can be many notes in a candle without it being printed on the label, and so they do actually call out a champagne note, which kind of makes sense, I guess, in like a sort of celebration, diamond the season moment, like, you know, has a sparkling quality to it. So I could see the sort of like peach citrus champagne moment that they were going with this. And the shower gel is very fruity, actually. There's not a whole lot of floral going on in the shower gel, whereas like the fine fragrance mist, when that dries down, you do get sort of this papery, powdery, generic floral quality to it. But the shower gel is just very sweet on that sort of peach citrus, almost like a champagne toast kind of moment. So I think this is kind of trying to emulate the popularity of champagne toast without it being actually champagne toast, but that's kind of what the peach and the citrus gives off. Originally, I thought the peach was a little bit more similar to like the honeysuckle peach spritz fragrance, or even like pink peach blossom and that sort of peach and floral component. But I think there's just so much citrus in here that the peach actually kind of just like isn't as prominent as you might imagine. But it's still indeed like a sort of fruity champagne, like peach citrus blend is what I get, and it's predominantly what this candle smells like. There's just a hint of this sort of, it's once again more prominent on the fine fragrance mist, but in the candle there is a slight undertone of like this sort of papery generic floral fragrance that once again actually just kind of cheapens the fragrance a little bit, in the sense that it gives it that sort of like fake like floral air freshener quality that has like this papery, I don't know, just kind of like blandness to it. And that's just like just a hint in here. Honestly, wouldn't mind if the daffodil and jasmine were more robust and more perfumey. And I think if it was a little bit more perfumey, it would smell a little bit more luxe or luxurious or more fine fragrance like. But because the peach and citrus in this are so strong and fruity, just the very weak generic floral just tends to cheapen this fragrance. But overall, like I'm kind of, you know, not a huge fan of this fragrance, but it's not like disgusting or terrible. It's just very like bland and generic and kind of air freshenery. So I don't know. Like Bath and Body Works has done so many other fragrances, and like they have, you know, the possibility to do more like high end fine fragrance type of fragrances. But this one just kind of falls flat to me, and it just has a very like just bathroom air freshener feel to it. And that's pretty much it. And let me go into the performance. This is a fourth burn. It has a thick rope-like wicks on it, super hot and heavy burn, massive flames, you know, the usual. The throw, actually better than I had anticipated on cold, which I'm actually happy about because I can actually smell it. I would say like a good 6 to a 7. 7 in a bedroom, I have no issue smelling it. It fills the entire room with like an air freshener quality. And then in a open concept like living room area, I would put it more down to like a 6. So I would say the medium plus. So we're good to go with the throw on this candle. Overall, if you want like a fruity citrus peach type of drink, I would check this out. I think like cranberry peach or snowy peach berry kind of falls in line with this type of fragrance, but obviously that had more cranberry in it, so it's a little bit more about like a tart fruit note in it, but a similar type of like peach drink type of feel exists in this. It's not exactly champagne toast, but I think that's kind of where the direction was in terms of like a sort of celebration type of sparkling, effervescent feel with the whole like diamond and you know how a diamond is sparkling and has the facets to it, so it has like a sparkling feel to it. I think that's where they were kind of going with this. But for me, like I'm not really a huge fan of those fruity fragrances to begin with, so I probably wouldn't super enjoy it to begin with. I think it was just the sort of like marketing and the theming of this made me think that maybe it would be a little bit more extravagant, but in fact it's just kind of like another generic peachy drink citrus fragrance from them. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.